إني جاعلك للناس إماما قال ومن ذريتي قال لا ينال عهدي الظالمين وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا واتخذوا من مقام إبراهيم مصلى وعهدنا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل أن طهرا بيتي للطائفين والعاكفين والركع السجود. Esteemed sisters and brothers, our dearest listeners and viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I trust that each of us is in good health and in positive spirit as we meet yet another week to continue our education and review and analysis of what hopefully will bring greater enhancement and progress to all of us. And I've been chatting with myself and been putting all these thoughts to you for review and consideration. And we have been talking about Abraham. And I like to draw your attention to chapter 2, verses 124 and 125. That is going to be the preamble of our khutbah today. And this chapter and this very verse that I mentioned, 124, tells us وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ. And we should not lose sense of that period of time when Abraham was tried in terms of matters of importance to himself, to his family, and his society. And the Qur'an describes his performance. فَأَتَمَّهُنْ, meaning he fulfilled these expectations. He did an excellent job. He was a great example. And thus, Allah says, إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا. Because of that personality that you have with Abraham, you are considered the Imam of all people. And the term used here is Imaman Linnas, not Imaman Lil Muslimin. Imaman Linnas. Therefore, he was a leader for all people. All people are people. And generally they suffer from common needs and common wants and common difficulties and common harm and common injury and common loss and common darkness and common ignorance and common stagnation. So somebody who is going to be an imam for people has got to lead people not in ritual worship, not in ritual worship. This is a limited translation that Muslims have adopted. To them, an imam is somebody who, as I told you before, who almost lives in the masjid, who buries the dead, who marries people, who conducts certain quote-unquote religious rituals. This is the definition that Muslims have made, for which this Qur'an is not supported. But an imam is somebody who is a leader, who leads in excellence, in usefulness, in enhancement, in elevating society, in empowering society, in extricating society from dhulm and dhulumat, from all oppressions and all manner of gloominess and sadness and depression and darkness. That's an imam. God does not say an imam is somebody who can read Qur'an and who can lead people in the things they do every day in their life. No, no, no. You want to know who's an imam? Is someone who every day takes himself and his family and his community forward. Not someone, in spite of being with them night and day, there is no evidence that he or she or the family or the community is going forward. So there is a difference of perception and a difference of translation and a whole difference in life. So the Qur'an tells us that because Abraham was somebody who reflected sublime qualities, enhancing qualities, empowering qualities, why do I want to have an imam in my life who has no ability to lead me into loftiness? Why would any sensible person take another person as an imam just because he knows more Qur'an or he can sing more? This doesn't make sense to an intelligent human being. Somebody, an imam of physics, to a student of physics, is somebody who teaches physics that student of physics did not know. Is an imam of physics. An imam of math to the student of math is the teacher who teaches mathematics to that students who knew nothing about math. An imam of economics is somebody who teaches economic theories and facts to the student of economics who was totally ignorant about it. An imam of life is someone who teaches the principles, the foundations, the values of life to someone who was in darkness about it. So imamat and imam has a direct relationship to the dispelling of darkness and the infusion of light and enlightenment. It is not a guess game. It is not an assumption. Oh, I have an imam, and you can hear his recitation, and you can hear his English, and you can hear... I mean, what is that? Are we little kids that we're living in that kind of Play-Doh world? So Abraham was a powerhouse in human society. So Allah says, إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا. You are a leader among people because you do what? You extricate people from ignorance to enlightenment. You extricate people from idolatry to ibadah of Allah. You extricate people from stagnation to progress and enhancement. You extricate people from a dull and docile, passive, inactive, listless life to a life of animation. That's who you are, O Abraham. So let's learn something about him. Like all human beings, through the dialogue with divine loftiness, we are taught another sense through Abraham. And he says, وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِي. Does it mean because I am so capable and do such great works in society, as a matter of being taught by Allah, is this gift and this covenant and this blessing, as we may say, will it fall on my children? Will it fall on my relatives? You know, you look at politicians, once they're in the seat, then who benefits first? It's their kith and kin.